Manchester United has entered a new era. The era of Eric Ten Hag. The club is back in the Champions League and the fans have high hopes for the next season. This is because the Red Devils are going to have a strong reinforcement this summer. In this video we'll tell you who will be leaving the club, which star signings United will make, and how the new monster squad will look in 2023-24 season. Let's go! A grand rebuild should be started with players' departures, and that's what Manchester United are doing. The real shocker is that the club can part ways with all four goalkeepers. Jack Butland has already joined Rangers. Dean Henderson is on the verge of a permanent transfer to Nottingham Forest. Tom Heaton faces interest from Premier League rookies Luton Town, and the veteran is considering this option. As for David De Gea, the club and the player have been on the verge of breaking up several times. Despite the fact that De Gea had the most clean sheets in the Premier League last season, the Red Devils are still inclined to sell. This was reported by Manchester football correspondent for the Daily Mirror and Mirror Football, David McDonnell. 4 errors that led to a goal are the main reason for this. Moving on. 2 centre-backs, Phil Jones and Axel Tuanzebe, left the club as free agents. Spanish side Betis are negotiating the transfer of Eric Bailly, who spent last season on loan at Marseille. This is reported by the local press, Sevilla ABC. Manchester United is also ready to let Harry Maguire go. Ten Hag doesn't count on the captain and in an interview said that Harry himself has to decide on his future. Ten Hag preferred left-back Luke Shaw to Maguire at centre-back when the team had injury problems, so Harry's decision should be quite obvious. The coach doesn't need fullback Brandon Williams either. The club's product is not able to withstand the competition at all and there is no point in staying. Alex Telles, who played the season on loan in Sevilla, has no future in the red shirt either. Let's recall that Wout Weghorst and Marcel Sabitzer, who were on loan, left the Red Devils as well. Perhaps the biggest outgoing transfer that could happen is Jadon Sancho. The Englishman has not performed at his best for 2 seasons already. There are reports that the Red Devils are ready to let the player go for £60 million, but we don't really believe it. Firstly, no one will be paying his huge salary of £350,000 a week. And secondly, Jadon performed at a decent level in the last months of the campaign, so Ten Hag will probably give him 1 more season to prove himself. Scott McTominay, Anthony Martial, Donny van de Beek, Fred and Anthony Elanga can all be sold if a good offer arrives, although they will not be forced to leave the club. Newcastle, who are preparing for the Champions League, are interested in McTominay. The Athletic journalist Laurie Whitwell reports that Eddie Howe is personally keen on the Scotsman. Martial has a high chance of leaving the club as well. This is reported by the already mentioned David McDonnell. So, to sum up, Manchester United will lose or have already lost up to 18 players in the summer. These will be only about 15 to 18 players in the first team. Obviously, the reinforcement must be massive. And as soon as you like this video and subscribe to the channel, we'll tell you everything about it. Manchester United are facing the prospect of losing all their goalkeepers, so a new number 1 is a priority. Among the options in the market, Mbappe Onana is the most mentioned name. Journalist Gianluca Di Marzio and Nizar Kinsella wrote that the Red Devils are favorites to sign the Cameroonian. The price tag is €50 million. Alternative options are Jordan Pickford from Everton, Diogo Costa from Porto, and David Raya from Brentford. The latter has already agreed to move to Tottenham, but Pickford is a realistic target if Onana fails. As for Costa, the Portuguese is not a priority yet. United are very good with their fullbacks. Shaw and Malacia are on the left, Dalot and Wan-Bissaka are on the right, but the club is looking for a top-level player, centre-back. Ten Hag has Martinez and Varane at his disposal. However, both of them are injury-prone and miss some games. There is no decent replacement for them, because Maguire is not good enough and Lindelof is only good for a rotation. Napoli centre-back Kim Min-jae was the fans' dream. it seems that nothing would prevent this transfer, but out of nothing, Bayern Munich came, beat the Mancunians, and almost signed a contract with the South Korean already. And although the hope that the player will be hijacked at the last moment is still alive, the club is slowly switching to alternatives. Among the possible options are Jurrien Timber from Ajax, Fikayo Tomori from Milan, and Mark Gay from Crystal Palace. The Ajax centre-back is considered to be the favorite. United have not yet made any moves regarding this transfer, but the Dutchman is at the top of the list. Eric Ten Hag worked with Jurrien at Ajax and was keen to sign the player last summer. There will be one top transfer in the center of the pitch. We mean Mason Mount, of course. Recently, Chelsea rejected the first £40 million offer. United are expected to make a second one, this time around £55 million. The Blues want to get £70 million for their player. The difference is not that big, so there is no doubt that the clubs will come to an agreement. In addition, Mount chose Manchester United. Apart from the Red Devils, Liverpool and Arsenal were also interested in him. If two of the McTominay, Eriksen, Fred trio leave United, we can expect another signing in the middle line. Southampton midfielder Romeo Lavia is being considered as an option, although this guy has a queue of almost all the English top clubs after him. There are also rumors of possible Neymar or Mbappe transfers to Old Trafford. However, there are lots of issues to consider. As for the Brazilian, PSG is ready to sell him to United, but it doesn't look like Neymar needs such a major challenge. In addition, Ten Hag has Marcus Rashford on the left wing, therefore the chance of seeing Ney at Old Trafford is extremely small. As for Mbappe, this transfer could have been realistic if the Qataris had bought Manchester United, but in recent weeks, the process of selling the club has been put on hold. There were rumors that PSG would be happy to sell Kylian to England just to piss off Real Madrid. However, all this is very far from reality, and the Frenchman himself only dreams of a transfer to Santiago Bernabeu. Well, the Red Devils' final huge target for this transfer window is a centre forward. The club has basically none at the moment. Weghorst has left, Martial is constantly injured, and Rashford is quite inefficient there and likes to play on the wing. Of course, in a perfect world, the red shirt would be worn by Harry Kane, but Daniel Levy doesn't intend to sell the striker in general and to a Premier League club in particular. Manchester United's pursuit of Harry Kane is going nowhere. Fabrizio Romano briefly described this transfer. All other reliable sources confirmed that. The Daily Mail reports that there is no chance that United will pay the £150 million demanded by Napoli for Victor Osimhen. Gonçalo Ramos is the most realistic target at the moment. The Sun reports that the Red Devils are keen on signing the 22-year-old Portuguese striker. The clubs are likely to agree on a fee of £80 million, which would suit both sides. Ramos is capable of covering the striker's position for a decade, so this deal seems to be the best one possible. The Red Devils are also in talks with Atalanta over Rasmus Højlund. The 20-year-old Dane scored 10 goals in his first season in Italy and is considered a mega talent. The asking price is €60 million plus bonuses. It should be assumed that United will sign both Ramos and Højlund, as it would be extremely reckless to start the season with only one striker. My goal is to reach the top shelf, and you can say that Manchester United is, so it will be huge. Højlund nearly announced his move. So, taking into account all the transfers in and out, Manchester United will enter the new season with the following squad. Newcomer Onana will be in goal. Dalot, Varane, Martinez and Shaw will form the back line. The renewed trio in the center of the pitch will consist of Bruno, Casemiro and Mount. In attack, the core players will be Antony, Ramos and Rashford. The bench also looks solid. In addition to the backup goalkeeper, who is currently Tom Hinton, we can see Wan-Bissaka, Timber, Lindelof, Malacia, Fred, Eriksen, Sancho, Højlund and Garnacho. You have to admit, it looks awesome. Friends, write in the comments your thoughts on this summer's Manchester United's rebuild and what transfers you would make if you were the club's management. It was Football Club. Watch our other videos and take care.